President Biden touting how new tariffs on Chinese imports will help American businesses, but how effective will they be? Actually, Barron senior writer Al Root is here. So Al, you're saying that we know there's a political effect of these tariffs, and you're saying the political effect is probably going to be a lot bigger than the economic effect of imposing them.
The reality is, this is politics more than business. This is probably about winning Michigan.
Yeah.
More than anything.
But why is there no economic impact? So we know the Michigan thing.
There's 2 or 3 reasons. One is there's a 25% tariff in place today. And so he increased it from 25 to 100. Now, President Trump said on Saturday he would put a 200% tariff on any cars coming from Mexico into the U.S. that are Chinese-made.
Yes.
So it's just this escalation of competitive tariff raising. At 25%, you couldn't make any money importing a car. The average car cost $50,000. The average operating profit for a car is only about $3,000. A 25% tariff would wipe out all the economics. There's no Chinese-branded cars for sale in America right now. Now, we can have a discussion about when they would come and what the Chinese are planning and how cheap Chinese cars actually are. But for now, there are no Chinese-made cars, and the Chinese automakers, frankly, are focused on Southeast Asia and Europe. So this is more about politics.
Optics. It's optics. Let's talk about Tesla for a second, because you had Elon Musk laying off all these people who were working on the superchargers, and then now he's going back and he wants some of them to come back, realizing that he does need to continue working on this. What is going on?
Well, so the inside story is something to the effect of Elon probably overreacted to managers saying, please, I don't want to lay off 20%, let me lay off 10%. He said, I'll show you, I'll fire everybody. A few weeks later, he comes back and he says, well, you know, maybe all of those, maybe I cut too far, so people are coming back. So, Tesla's laying off 14,000 people, might be upwards of 20,000 people by the time they're done. Growth has collapsed. That's one of the reasons. Tesla has more employees than Ford.
Wow.
So, they've grown for the last 5 years. Wait a second, we got to resize this whole thing.
Yeah.
Part of the story is Elon being Elon. And to some extent, maybe even admitting he made a mistake. We'll see if you post that on Twitter. I would love that. But part of the story is that electric vehicle growth has decelerated dramatically, and everyone has to react.
So I want to talk about everyone reacting. One of those is Fisker. They got a short-term loan, but I think a lot of people are thinking that's barely enough to even move the needle. But I'm curious for you, was that a Fisker story, or everyone else outside of Tesla can't cut it in this market?
I'm going to get in trouble. Fisker, I wish them all well. It's, this is basically, when you get a fish inside the boat and you think it's dead and then it keeps flopping and you're like, now I can pick it up, but then it flops again. As harsh as that sounds, Fisker they have $3.5 million to continue operating for a little while longer. All of these EV startups that really needed, demand increases of 40-50% to sort of carve out a niche, that's sort of gone. Fairy Future, Lordstown, Fisker, Canoe, Arrival. These are the ones that are not going to make it, in my estimation.
Dead fish flopping.
That's right.
Not living for that.
We'd like to get you to say things that get you in trouble, Al, and he did that for us today, Al Root. Good to see you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.